welcome once again to Wakhra Swag, another episode and another fantastic guest today.
And the fantastic guest, how do we introduce her? Well, she's a 14 times national champion. She's an Olympian. She's fury, she's fire, she's Jwala. Yes, today we have the one and only Jwala Gutta.
And she's going to tell us about her playing. She's going to tell us lots more about what goes on off the court, and also
about her getting married, Joe. About her getting married. That's
about her personal life, and when those bells are going to ring. So let's get cracking.
So, Jwala, thank you so much for joining us today. I was just reading your tweet. I think yesterday you said, love Bombay Begums, Pooja Bhatt, what a comeback. And I was watching the show myself yesterday, and I thought that apart from Pooja Bhatt's amazing comeback, and I thought, somehow you were also somewhere in the spirit of that show, that feisty Indian woman, who's always herself. Because you have done so much, achieved so much, and fought so much. And I just wanted to really start by asking you, do you think where you are today, it's been an easy journey? I mean, what do you think? Tell me something that symbolizes your journey about being this amazing baddie player, but fighting every step of the way.
I think I would call it a roller coaster ride. And never ending one. I think, I still have a lot to do. I don't think, I have, what do you say, achieved and then, just slow down or just stop. I don't think that's going to happen with me. I think now this is a different phase of my life, and I don't know, fought. I think, if I had not fought again, people take it in a very, when it comes to a woman fighting for her rights, in our country, in our society especially, it's like she's always complaining or she's just cribbing and all of that. But if I had not fought for my right, I don't know who would have, and that's what I feel. In our country, women lack the knowledge of their own rights, and there's so much of self-doubt women have, and it's of years of telling them, ki maybe you're not doing it right. You're a woman. You have to be careful. You're this. You're that. You have to wear you have to wear clothes a certain way. You have to behave in a certain way because you're a woman. I've also been told, I'm not saying that, but I think after a certain point when, I traveled so much and I learned so much on my own, I was, I understood the real meaning of feminism, and I think my father is a feminist. He put me in a sport where there were no women at one point. Hardly women take up sports as a profession. So many things happened. So I think my whole journey has been a roller coaster ride, nothing less than that. It was scary. At one point my heart stopped, and I hate roller coasters personally. But if I look back, it symbolizes a roller coaster.
And exactly. That journey, of course, is still on, Jwala, but just taking, and we're going to come to your sport and your academy in just a little while. But first, we'll just go back to what you were saying about women in the country. Is that now today, is that problematic on a whole different scale as well? You've spoken about how if anybody says there's something wrong in the country, there's an issue, it becomes a big controversy on its own.
Yeah, sad. It's sad, isn't it? Like, we are a democratic country, right? But I think our democracy just ends after elections. That's what I have observed. Okay. And I thought I probably had more freedom to say what I felt 10 or 12 years ago. And now, because of the social media and because of, the current regime, people are so scared and so, not themselves. I think today the society is suffering because of the silence of good people, and I believe that completely. And 21st century, इतना टेक्नोलॉजी आ गया है, ब्लूटूथ एंड आईफोन, हम इतनी बातें करते, but I think India as a society, we have gone back, you know, and I thought we would progress really, but I don't see that. Abhibi, we are just talking about women. Just the other day, I don't want to take this person's name. Just last night, I was seeing an interview of a very big guru, and he's talking about women when they have their period, they shouldn't enter kitchen, and he has some science about it. I'm like, come on, the millions of people following you. We are fighting for today as women. We are fighting for our rights, you know, to get the right opportunity, equal opportunity as a man. We're fighting for so many things, and you are feeding the same shit again to those people. We've come so far. We as women have come so far, and this guy calls himself a guru, and you dare to speak something and get away with it. Nobody's questioning. Everybody's listening to him. It's sad.
No, I so totally agree. And, it's interesting. Women, of course, I feel are somewhere the biggest sufferers. But, and you've always been not just an outspoken, brave woman, you've been an outspoken, brave person, an outspoken, brave player. I mean, you took on Gopichand for what you thought was wrong at a time that no one was speaking out. But tell me, why do you feel that people don't speak out? Like even players, big players.
See what's happening, right? I have nothing against Gopi personally, but yes, personally, he did try to sabotage my career. So of course, I have taken things personally, because my career is just not my career. It's my parents. They gave up a lot for my career. I gave up a lot for my career. My sister, my family, and I gave up so much for my career. And if I'm suffering, like my career is suffering, 10 other people around me are suffering. So it wasn't my career, just not my career. And you see now, where is Abhi, Hamare junior time, we had 10, 15 girls of the same quality. Manjusha Kanwar, Aparna Popat, Gopi's own wife, Lakshmi's sister, Madhumita Bis, so many, Archana Diodar, so many. Now you tell me, apart from two other names, which other name comes to your head? It's rotten from inside. There's nobody. There is dearth of players. Every player apart from that academy is morally down when they enter a tournament, because they know that even if I play my best, the players who are part of that academy is selected automatically because he or she is part of that academy, not because of the performance. But sports is not supposed to be like that. When you're a national champion, by default, you're supposed to be in the Indian team. Now, because of what Gopi has done, the importance of national championship has gone away. There was so much prestige in playing a national championships back then. We all fought for our spots in the Indian team. And now just being part of, if I'm rich enough, and if I'm part of the academy, I have a direct passport to the Indian team. But that's not how a sport is played. And you see where are the players? There are no players. And why? And I've been saying this again and again. In a team, when there are 10 boys, there are 2 girls or 4 girls, not more than that. Why we can't send 10 boys and 10 girls? That has always been my question. And when I ask these questions, they don't like it. And they, as in he especially did not like it. because then from Arif sir, my coach, everybody joined his academy except me. But it's an individual sport. It was an individual choice. And he was so vindictive. He just went after me. And just because he is in a powerful position and he does not speak, he has a Baba kind of image. He is, Jwala is just targeting Gopi. But I performed. I performed as a national champion. I was world number 6, world number 9, and not in the Indian team. I played the Olympics. I come back, they try to ban me. And I had to go to the court to ask for the right to play. High Court, Delhi High Court, an Olympian is going and requesting, bhai, please mujhe khelne do. That is a sad thing about people who are on the right side. I'm on the right. I did not do anything controversial. Speaking the right thing is controversial in our country, sadly.
And taking a little bit from there, I've also Jwala seen that some players, they're getting sucked into the whole political environment as well. Now, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Have you at any point, received what we call the PR tweets? Have you been in a position where you had to tweet out what all the sportswomen, including many at that academy, have done? Have you been in that position ever?
Initially, I did, but I think they know my position. They know I wouldn't do it, so they don't approach me. For past 4-5 years, they have not approached. Initially, there definitely was, a subtle. It comes from my office. It doesn't come from them directly. It comes from my office. As a Bharat Petroleum, जैसे LPG subsidized वो हुआ था. Said that it's good for. So I was like, okay, maybe, it is good. I did not put my head to it, but ab batao kya ho raha hai hal. So when I am an informed citizen and I take active part in knowing what is going on in our country, and that has gone against me now, So I'm anti-national, I'm anti-BJP, anti-establishment, everything. But vote ke time mein, vote karo, I can't ask questions. But this is not what we were taught. At least when I was in my school, this is not what we were.
No, this is not what we were taught, and this is not how it should be, honestly. But tell me, you're fairly prominent on social media as well, and how much sort of do you think social media plays into all of this? The trolling, I mean, what happened with you when you spoke about your grandmother's death during the lockdown, and that was just awful. So speak to us about how you deal with trolls.
I have been, luckily for me, before social media, I've been criticized a lot, right? Like right on my face, So I think I kind of developed a thick skin. And for me, when people criticize me, for me, it just motivates me. It's like, okay, you are doing something right. And that's why people are watching you. It's not even troll, I don't even have to say anything. I don't support certain things, and I don't do those copy paste tweets, and people are observing. They're like, so you don't support this thing, so you must be anti-national or you're half Chinese or whatever. So I have developed a very thick skin from the beginning. The kind of life I have led on my own terms. And before social media, I was anti-Congress. Now I'm anti-BJP, so I might be Congressy. So I'm confused. People think that I'm going to join politics. I don't know. I've always been vocal. That's what I've been taught, that, from the day you've started to vote, you can voice out whatever you feel. And we were taught fundamental rights. So I know my fundamental rights. So exercising all of them is wrong, then I don't know what is right. Okay, so I have a lot more fear now because I have my own academy, because I have children under my wing. So I am careful, but it is very tough to keep quiet. it's very tough. I think it's tougher to keep quiet than to just watch what is happening for me as a person.
No,
So
Yeah, no,
no, I completely agree with you because it is really tough to keep quiet in these circumstances. Jyotsna.
no, I was just going to say, why is it, and why do you think that so many others don't speak up? Do you also think that that somebody would like to, but they're holding themselves in?
but they should also realize they are going to have children, and the children are going to have children, and whatever they do today is for their future generation as well. So if they think that they're being selfish, they're just being foolish, because tomorrow your grandchildren are going to ask you, you were in a powerful position and this happened in your time, and why didn't you speak up? They will question you, and you will have to look back and regret. And today, whatever I speak, whatever I say, is for my tomorrow, because when I have my children, daughter or son, I want to have a society where I don't have to worry whether they'll come back home safely or not. You know, so whatever I speak, actually, I'm being selfish. It's for my own good. And if privileged people don't speak for underprivileged, who are in a larger number, right? Who else will? And we are living in a society with them today. And if you see the crime rate is going up, right? Are they born criminals? No, right? No, they're not. I don't believe any human is born criminal. And I feel the whole ecosystem is in such a way, like, unemployment and no Medicare and no education, and all of this are reasons for a person or for a society to go bad. That's and that's logical, right? So if I am asking where is employment, where is Medicare for underprivileged, so that they are happy, they are content, and I feel safe when I go into the society tomorrow. I'm not going to sit in the house and all the time. So all this, whatever I speak, is because I wish that our country, it is out of the love for our country and for our society. So I'm not doing anything abnormal. People who are keeping quiet are being abnormal. Actually, what I'm doing is normal.
I
And so,
I I
sadly,
totally agree.
whatever we do normal is abnormal, which is the irony, but which is silly,
But speaking of children and family and love, 2020 was quite important for you as well. You got engaged
Oh
to,
yeah.
and how has that been? And when is the marriage? Give us all that cover.
Oh my God. I'm not a cheesy person. I don't know why he did it. I didn't expect that from him either, because he's not. But I don't know. He just wanted to do it suddenly, and even now to call him my fiance, I'm like, dude, I'm not going to use these cliched words. Tomorrow, if we get married, husband, wife, it's very weird for me. For me, you're just Vishnu, and that's about it. So marriage soon. We have to consider a lot of things. Now COVID, again is on rise, so we're being careful, but soon. But it's going to be conventional. Yeah, I'm an atheist, and he also doesn't want any puja part, so that's good. And yeah, it's gonna be simple but fun. Let's see.
Amazing.
He's an actor. It had to be a bit dramatic. You have to expect that.
God, I was put on a spot, and I didn't know how to. Am I supposed to cry because I see all this Instagram videos? Everybody's crying. I'm like, why am I not crying? Or what is this? Because yeah, you would want to seal the deal. At my parents, of course, being the parents of daughter in
Yeah.
India, they would want to see me let me use the word settled, but I thought I was already settled, uh, you know. But yeah, I didn't want to disappoint them.
Yeah.
For me, marriage is not for the society. It's for when you want to be with somebody. It's companionship for me, and I was very clear about it. It's not going to be ki bahu bano or ye karo wo karo. I said I'm not going to stop working, and he knows the importance of my work now, and I appreciate that, and that's why we decided to, and appreciate how hard he works. It's not easy, what he does, definitely. So we decided, like, yeah, let's go ahead.
When you're talking about your work, Jwala, my biggest grouse is that even your academy is now in Hyderabad, right? Why is everybody going to that one city? I mean, I'll tell you something personally, right? Because my kids play and we're a very badminton family. And we have struggled, like in the north, we have struggled to find good academies. For a while, we were like, okay, are we going to go and try and find Gopichand's academy? It's too far, 2 hours, it's not worth it. So again, when you said your academy is open, we're like, oh my God, why is nobody coming to the rest of the country?
Because I had no choice. Gopi probably has a lot more choices because he convinces the government to, again, this is where I really don't know. I probably lack the talent to convince any government to, work with me. I have been going after this particular government for past 6-7 years. I I won way, way more than Gopi. Gopi just won one All England, and that's about it. I have won many more tournaments than him, bigger tournaments than him, but I still fail to convince the government to visualize the things which I visualize. Um, and that's where I feel sad that for a straightforward, for a woman like me, if things are so difficult, so many other women must be so demotivated to go ahead in their lives. I've achieved so much, and even then, if these people cannot see what I want to do for the sport, not only badminton, my academy is for other sports as well. I'm not going to restrict myself for badminton, but I'm not able to. So I had to put in all my money, and for me, I couldn't do it other than Hyderabad. I had no choice. If I was given a choice, if any state government today also comes forward, I'm ready to work with them. I'm ready to guide them. You know.
I hope listening, and I hope this goes out to many, many state governments. And, I'm going to tag ministers on this and say, come on, here is. But tell me.
No choice. I did it out of this thing. You know what? Also, I'm against private academies. I am not for private academy. I did not spend money to learn badminton. So for me to have a private academy and charge kids, for me it is very difficult when I do that, because if I don't charge them, I cannot run the academy, because I spent over 14 crores to make this academy, and and that's the only reason why I'm charging them. I wanted to initially actually work with the existing infrastructure which government, already has in Hyderabad or anywhere. If you see the government facilities, they're just being unused. They're not used to their capacity. They're all like 400, 500 crore properties just lying around. They're used for extracurricular activities, and I wanted to work with the government, saying that let's use these sports infrastructure. It was meant for sports, and I would give ideas, and I didn't want it to be named as Jwala Gutta Academy. Nothing. I went after them. I even said, I don't want anything. Let me just work with you, because only with the help of the government, I believe we can reach to the grassroots level. Privately, I cannot do it. I cannot. But they didn't. So I had to, make my own academy, because I couldn't wait anymore, you know. And that's one of the reasons why. Otherwise, to tell you frankly, even now, if any government, state government, needs any help or any, guidance as to what to do and what all, sport needs, uh, I'm ready to do it, because it's really, we are not a country where a private academy can, bring in a revolution. We cannot bring in a change. It's the government who has to. We have to work with the government.
But the sense, Jwala, though, is sorry, Manika, but the sense continues to be in non-cricketing sports that it's usually where, it's an individual performance backed by individual sponsors, still, the ones who make it to the top.
Not really. Not really. Today, what I am, today, what Saina is, today, what Sindhu is, because of the government support. Central government is funding Badminton Association India 100%. What they get sponsors is later on. But we are today, whatever Indian badminton is today is because of central government funding. The national camps are funded by government. The foreign coaches are given by the government. Gopi's academy, that this is one of the reasons why there was another reason why I was against the whole thing, is because Gopi's is a private academy and national camp is run 365 days in a private academy, which is a conflict of interest, because he's the chief coach. He runs his own academy, right? And he's also a secretary of Telangana Badminton Association. He's a president of Rangareddy District Association. You're a chief coach, you're a chief selector, your son is playing, your daughter is playing, you have your private academy. National camps happen in your academy. You understand? So, and government is giving him money to run the national camp, right? So if there are so many government facilities, state government facilities, if the same money is given to the state government facilities, then the sport itself will get a boost. But now only one person. You tell me, Jyotsna, if you know any other coach of any other prominent player in our country. Do you know Virat Kohli's coach? Do you know Sachin Tendulkar's coach? You tell me, do you know Abhinav Bindra's coach? You just know one coach. That's it. So if the game is doing well, it's because of him. And if game is not doing well, it's because of the association or because of the government. How is that possible?
So tell me, and I think we're sort of just running out of time now, very quickly, how would you do things differently? And what is that one thing you want to say to young sports people out there?
Now that I have my own academy, even if I am offered a head coach position, I don't think I'll take it. I think it'll be unfair. I would think that the association and the government of India should appoint a foreign coach as a head coach, who will be non-biased, who will not belong to any academy. And the national camp should not only be run in Gopi's academy, it should be given to other academies as well in the country. Like Prakash sir has an academy, I have an academy, and have separate doubles from singles. Okay, doubles needs a different ecosystem. If they want me to head the doubles, I will. I would do it, because I'm an expert in doubles. And head as in, mentor. I don't want to be the head coach. Again, I don't want to be in this conflict of interest. I will not do that. So if they can bring in a foreign coach, make him the head chief coach.
And what would you say to young sports people today in the country? Like how should they approach it differently from perhaps the time that you did?
Have patience. Becoming champion is not difficult. staying champion is difficult. So you have to have patience, and that comes with practice. You have to think positively. I know that a lot, I know I'm also, on social media a lot. I'm not saying I'm not, but I know the difference between how seriously I have to take social media than my real life. My real life is my real life. I don't take social media very seriously. If people appreciate me, good. Don't appreciate me, okay. My life still goes on. That differentiation is, I think this generation is not able to differentiate between, fun and, how seriously they should take the social media. And I also hear that a lot of youngsters are now, um, depressed and have a lot of anxiety because not many people like their picture, or all of that is, have real friends. And if you're not able to tolerate the trolls, just get out of social media. That doesn't define your life. Your parents, your friends
It's a
do.
hard playground there, Jwala. I've done
No, but
immense.
I think that's a very important issue we are dealing with today. And do anything in life, yeah. But you should know what's your priority. You should not forget. I never forgot my priority. I did everything. I have a lot of fun. I have friends. I party. I go to beauty parlor. I color my hair. I do my manicure, pedicure. But that doesn't make me lesser sports person. What I have done is not easy. And if people don't take me seriously just the way I look, it's not my loss. It's their loss, really. That's their knowledge about anything, I think.
And
No,
I've been
absolutely, it's their loss.
I've been digging Jwala's nails while she's talking about going to the beauty parlor. I've been eyeing those nails, and those look fabulous. I
Fantastic.
Monica and I'll be sitting with these nails.
My plain ones.
Monica, this is what we're doing.
No, I used to chew my nails. Like, I used to bite my nails, as a youngster. Then I got my braces, and that's when my nails started growing. I'm like, okay. I used
This
to
is
feel giving shaking hands to anybody. So now that I have long nails, I'm like, I want to, I'm going to flaunt it. So I'm
no,
like,
absolutely. You have it. You must flaunt it.
Yeah,
And Jwala, really, we need more role models like you. Women of substance, powerful women who speak out, have a voice, a strong opinion, and most of all are not scared.
yeah,
not scared. I wish that women, women have, I have seen, I don't know whether it's me, but the women I've come across are misogynist themselves. I think women now have to, whether difference of opinion, we are all different people. Women have to stand up for other women, no matter what. We are the minority gender. If we don't do it now, tomorrow, as I said, tomorrow our children will question us and will not have any answer. So don't put yourself in that spot. And and only women can repair the society, and I believe in that.
fantastic.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being with us today. It's been absolutely lovely.
Thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully we're going to watch a little bit more of your matches. Big fan of you and Ashwani Ponnappa when you guys were playing, and more power to you and your academy. And hope the governments are listening, and hope we can get you to North India sometime soon. And look at our young ones.
Thank you so much.